What is going on, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and with the reanimated global event going on right now, my fellow agents, I wanted to bring you one of my favorite one-tap builds, which is insanely satisfying to use during this event. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, and we are having a giveaway for a PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced December 31st of this year. We are going to jump right into the build breakdown, my friends. However, there are two things I'd like to mention really quick. First of all, remember, this is just a template. There are so many different ways to run with a build like this. The most important thing is to take your time and make a build your own. And secondly, when it comes to one-tap builds, I really take into account the actual faction I'm going after. You can see them at the Riverside gas station. Reason for that is I'm going after the outcast. They typically do not wear helmets, and that is going to have a major impact on if you are able to one-tap an enemy with a headshot, but I will go over more details in regard to that at the end of the video. We're going to jump right into the build breakdown, and starting with the specialization. We're going to use sharpshooter for a bunch of different reasons. First of all, it does give you access to the digital scope. Now, in order to activate that, you need to have the rifles activated in your weapon skill tree, and obviously you want to make sure you have the marksman rifle activated in that skill tree as well. Now, the specialization is also going to give you a headshot damage increase for you and your teammates. You're going to get some extra stability, as well as some extra armor when you're in cover, which will definitely help you out. Now, that is going to take us to the build itself, starting with a primary weapon. I'm using the White Death marksman rifle. If you don't have it, I recommend hitting up countdown. You should be able to get it pretty quick, and this thing is an absolute monster. You can see it is totally maxed out. We have that marksman rifle damage, headshot damage, and damage to armor as well, and it does have the talent determined. And with that talent, after killing an enemy with a headshot, the next shot landed on any enemy will be a guaranteed headshot as well. And remember, if you are using this during the reanimated global event, you obviously want to be aiming for the head the entire time. There is that clear indication when you do get that headshot, and that will ensure that the NPCs do not reanimate. But anyway, no matter what, just aim for the dome. We'll leave it at that. Now, as far as my secondary and sidearm, the sidearm I really don't use that often. As far as my secondary, I usually run with a shotgun. In this case, I'm using an SMG because I want to level up my expertise on the Ouroboros. We're now going to move on to the gear. You can see I'm running one Araldi, one Walker and Harris, one HG, two Hotshot, and the Ninja Bike backpack. And we are going to start with that, my friends. Now, most of you know how that backpack works. In case you don't, you can see it slots in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set's bonus. And it can unlock bonuses from multiple sets simultaneously. Now, keep in mind, when you use this backpack, you are potentially missing out on a very strong, talent that you could have on your bag instead of this. However, it does give you the ability to put together different hybrid builds, and as I said before, this is one of many different ways you could run with this. Now, as far as the gear, we're going to start with the mask. It's the one piece of Araldi. You can see because of the Ninja Bike, we get the marksman rifle damage and the headshot damage as well. And one thing I'm trying to do with this version of the build is stack headshot damage everywhere I can. That now takes us to the body armor. It is the named Walker and Harris, the Chain Killer. And you can see it has the talent Perfect Headhunter. Now, if you do not have this item, I recommend using a regular piece of Walker and Harris with the regular talent Headhunter. You could also switch to a piece of Providence as well. And again, because you are using that Ninja Bike backpack, you are getting two of the gear set bonuses. So you're either going to get some extra headshot damage and crit hit chance if you use the Providence, or you're going to be getting that 5% weapon damage and damage to armor bonus if you're using Walker and Harris. Again, fellow agents, try out different things. It's going to be dependent on the actual gear itself, depending on what those attributes are. Now, that's going to bring us to the one piece of HG. And as you can see, once again, because we have the Ninja Bike equipped, we are getting two of those brand set bonuses. They are 15% headshot damage and 15% marksman rifle damage as well. And that is now going to bring us to the knee pads and the gloves. They are the two pieces of the Hotshot gear set, but once again, because we're using the Ninja Bike, we do get three gear set bonuses. And you can see they read as follows: two pieces 30% marksman rifle damage and 30% weapon handling, three pieces 30% headshot damage, which is absolutely insane. And for those of you out there that would like to run a full Hotshot build with the Ninja Bike, to switch out one of those other pieces of gear for another piece of Hotshot, you will be totally set with that. And I will be putting together a full Hotshot build later this week. However, I did want to start this week off by highlighting one of my favorites. Now, as far as my skills are concerned, I'm using the Assault Drone and the Assault Turret because they are a great distraction to NPC and puts out damage as well. And when we look at my stats, and keep in mind these numbers are going to be based on on not only the gear I have equipped, but having a Shade Watch of level 1000. You can see my crit hit chance and crit hit damage numbers are low, but my headshot damage is 360.9. So again, my fellow agents, you may have numbers are a little higher, a little lower. If you are around that, you should be good to go. I sincerely hope this video helps you out, and as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know and I will do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. On that note, my fellow agents, I'm going to leave you with some gameplay footage. Once again, I recommend hitting up areas, that do not have NPCs with helmets. Pretty much stay away initially from LMB. That was from the first game. Sorry, people. Stay away from, True Sons, Black Tusk, things like that. And as I mentioned earlier, and you can see this on screen, I'm at the Riverside gas station. You do have really good vantage points when you're going after the NPC. I recommend hitting up this spot. That is going to do it for this thing. As always, I appreciate the privilege of your time, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Incoming hostiles detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Incoming hostiles detected. Vital signs critical. Hostiles guarding location nearby. Detected near location guarded by hostiles. Heavily armored hostile detected. Hostiles guarding location nearby.